All right, everybody, this is my leg day deadlift focus. I got my pre-workout snack here, marmalade sandwich, vitamins I forgot to take this morning, banana, and some pre-workout in here. I am gonna probably say this before every video. I am still gaining strength back, so my lifts are not gonna be very impressive today. They are gonna be good. I am doing this more to document me getting stronger again and showing you guys how I'm training and how I am going to try to get bigger and stronger as fast and effectively as possible. And then if you watch these videos and you see me in a couple months, you're gonna be like, holy crap, it worked. You did a good job of it. And then just go back and see what I did before, and then it'll give you a decent roadmap. Anyways, deadlift focused leg day. I'm gonna show you what that looks like, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, so here you can see I sped it up a bit, but I'm just shaking around, warming up, not just to warm up, but also just to feel how my joints are today. Sometimes I feel like my hips are a little crickety-crackety, and sometimes I feel a little tension in my lower back. Then I'm doing some RDLs with just the bar, and I'm really just stretching out the lats as well, making sure they're all warm, stretching out my whole lower back. First set, warm-up set, just 135, treating it like it's a working set like you should on the warm-ups, going relatively higher rep. You can see I'm being very intentful with my reps, which is what you should be doing. Here you can see I'm starting to do some like pen lay rows with just 135. It's because what I find when I warm up my actual like back and my lats as well, especially with the stretching, that I just get better results with my deadlift performance. Today, like my lower back just felt a little tight, so I wanted to really just stretch it out, make sure that everything is in good working order. This is my next warm-up set, pretty much same thing as the first one. Doing over grip, really just feeling out the weights just to see how today is gonna go, and going relatively higher reps, just being very intentful with my form and everything. I was feeling a little tight today, so you can see I'm kind of stretching out again, just making sure everything is gonna be a-okay. I think it was 275. This is not working weight, but it's getting closer to, or I think this might be 315. No, that's definitely 275. Yeah. This here is 315, getting closer to my top weight for the day. This is more just to keep warming up, but then also see if I'm going to be able to handle the top weight that I expected to. This was my last warm-up set, 20 pounds away from my top set, just feeling it out to see if my planned weight for my top set's going to be doable.
Heaviest I will have deadlifted in a few months. 345s, 35, that's about 385 right there.
Alright, baby, top set, 385. Oh, look at that. And another. Boom. That was nice. And another. Whoop. This is my second set of it. Look at that mustache. Boom. And then this is my third and final heavy double of the day. I still do more deadlifts after this, and I'll show you I think one or two of those sets. You can see the setup on that one took a little longer just because I'm tired from the previous two sets. I was feeling it that day. My lower back was getting a little tired, but it wasn't too bad. This is just 315. I wanted to do some more off the floor work and just get more reps in, going a little bit lighter. But 315 actually felt heavier today than it did previously, and that's because of the 3 sets of heavy doubles. So I did 1 set of that 315. I did 2 sets of this 275. You can see the plates shrunk. This is just more for getting more reps and volume in, and then also working at coming off of the floor, because previously when I was stronger before you know, the 5-month-long cut, the hardest part of the deadlift for me was getting off the floor. So I really want to make sure that I'm training more of that right now before I, you know, get stronger and build it up as like an actual weakness. This set was intense, just like all my hack squat sets. This was the only exercise I did for quads today. Only did 4 sets of it, but I explain more of my reasoning for that at the end of the video. Anyways, just enjoy and look at this. Not doing very heavy weight, but you can definitely see my face in the mirror. I am I'm putting in the effort for sure. And this was my last of 4 sets on the hack squat. Same weight. I'm really glad you guys can't see the mirror, because I actually cut these shorts myself prior to the gym today, and it doesn't cover up my inner thighs a lot. This was one of my last exercises of the day. Today was not a super high volume day, other than, you know, the deadlifts and everything, but I have some reasoning for that I explain later on. These are a highly, highly underrated exercise in my opinion. I prefer them for my posterior chain work. Whenever my deadlift and my squat started to really slow down, or just the progress wasn't coming, it was mostly because of my glutes, and this movement I find really helps target not just my glutes but also my lower back as well, which can also be one of my weaknesses, and I feel like a lot of other people share that same commonality. It also is really, really great for the hamstrings, so I do 2 to 3 sets of this at the end of every leg day just to really make sure it's all coming up. And then, you know, we have the arbitrary 3 sets of calves. I like to take these pretty close to failure, but at the same time, I do get ankle pain if I go too intensely on these. So I do as much as I can without injuring myself, obviously.
All right, just got back from the gym. Ate my post lift banana. Had my creatine. Gonna do a little reflection on it very quickly, so don't click off. This in the outro. It was great. Today was really nice. I'm sure you're gonna hear me talk about it more in the commentary. Did some back extensions as a main accessory. I could do a long rant about why I love them so much, but I will not. I might post a video another day about it. Today my joints were feeling really good. Knee felt a little bit iffy on the hack squats for the first couple warm-up sets, but everything got all sorted out. Yeah, you'll notice that there isn't a bunch of volume in this leg day, especially not for the quads. That is because I have switched up my training split a little bit. So I'm hitting legs every 3 to 4 days instead of every 4 to 5. And I just want to make sure that I am going to be able to fully recover from one leg day to the next. And I won't have to take an extra rest day. Not that rest days are evil or anything. Very far from it. But I just don't want to mess with the frequency. If I add in 2 sets, extra sets of, leg extensions on the day that I just did, if it pushes back my next leg workout by an extra day, and that keeps consistently happening, I think overall it's gonna mess with the total amount of weekly volume. So it's gonna actually be, in the long run, it's gonna be less because the frequency will therefore be less. That being said, I do plan on increasing my volume for most of my body parts, my chest, maybe some back. I don't want to increase the back volume too much just because of the deadlifting that I do. I think mostly it's going to be like quads, probably some chest, just, accessory movements for hypertrophy, and then probably some arms and maybe a little bit of shoulders as well. But I just wanted to start off with a good amount of volume I know is going to make me grow, but isn't gonna really mess me up for days and days and days and days, because I want to be able to hit the body parts, within 3 to 4 days, not have my performance affected by it, especially because I have my deadlift focus leg day this day, and my next one is very squat focused. So there's definitely going to be more quad volume in that one and a lot more quad focus. Also, I need to bike to the gym and back. So part of the reason I don't go fully all out is recovery, not just for exercising, but, being able to ride my bike home. That is something that I need to be able to do realistically. I've had it before where I did a really hard leg day. It was actually my last one. And I had to sit down for a few minutes, which isn't the worst. Sitting down for an extra 5-10 minutes, letting your legs rest before you try to go home, not that bad. But I still need to be able to ride my bike home and to work as well. I ride my bike to work. It takes 12 minutes. It's not the worst, but I live in a hilly area, so I'm riding up my bike up hills every day. Really isn't that bad. But if I completely demolish my quads like I'm Tom Platz, I'm not going to be able to do that, and I can't make money, and then I can't go to the gym and this and that. So that is definitely something I need to take into account. And I also do delivery stuff for work. I'm not lifting very heavy. It's very, very manageable for me. I would have probably done an extra set of back extensions if I didn't have to go to work tomorrow. But because I do have to go to work tomorrow, I want to make sure that I am working my posterior chain enough to get it stronger and bigger. And really just for me tie up those loose ends, because it's been something that has held me back before. And I find the back extension really helps with that. I'll try not to talk about it too much because I could go on about it. Just making sure that I'm doing everything to the point where I know I'm growing, but it's not going to be holding me back in other aspects of life. I will be increasing the volume to see how I work with it, probably just, for certain body parts or days. I'm going to increase it with, one exercise with an extra 2 sets or so, in that exercise, add chest flies in for 2 to 3 sets. something like that. I won't be doing it this week, but I will be doing it, I think, the week after. So the chest day that I do, I think that's tomorrow, isn't gonna have that little bit of extra volume in there. It might, depending on how I feel. It might not. Anyways, enough ranting. If you made it through this far in the video, thank you. I very much appreciate it. Please like this video, engage with it. You can check out my Instagram as well. It is solidgoblin.lifts on Instagram, only other form of social media that I have. And go and enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully it's sunny like it is for me. I don't go outside much, but if you do, go out and enjoy the weather. You know, give someone you care about a nice little hug or a big hug. And compliment someone's shirt today. That's something I like to do. You know, if someone is wearing a sick graphic t-shirt, there's a dude in the gym with Cthulhu on his shirt, and I was like, yo, that's a nice ass shirt. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you probably tomorrow.